Thank you for watching my video. This video that I am filming today is basically just talking you guys through my journey dealing with acne and the various different things that I tried to overcome acne and how I got to where I am today. So I guess it's best to start at the beginning. So about how many years ago? About 3 years ago now, genuinely out of nowhere my skin just began to break out, and I've never really been the kind of person to have bad skin. I'm sure many people say the same thing, and maybe that was the issue, because I was a person that never really had bad skin. I never really felt the need to go above and beyond to take care of my skin. I did the things that most young girls do or young women do, which is wash their face, whether or not I was in a strict regimen or regime. Definitely wasn't, but if I'd go to the supermarket and I saw a new face wash that I liked or I liked the smell of, I would 100% buy it and 100% try that. And I never really suffered from sensitive skin or severely dry skin or from reactions to various different products. I was pretty much free to do whatever I wanted, and yeah, I did that. Like, there were times when I really liked my makeup, so I set all my makeup on. I want to wake up. Sorry, I thought I could hear something. And when I wake up in the morning, my makeup would look fleeky. But yeah, obviously those are really bad habits that I would not ever encourage anybody to do now, not just because I battle with acne and overcome it, but just because it's not very hygienic. But yeah, so that was my background in terms of skin. Like, I never really had any issues, never really had any problems. My skin was not problematic. But circa 3 years ago now, maybe 4 years ago now, yeah, like, I started to break out here and there. And initially my breaking out was really minimal, but for me, and I'm sure for many people, when you start to get 1 or 2 spots, you just start to freak out. And like, for me, it was just like this massive thing. Like I said, because I never really had bad skin before, it was like, okay, like, why do I have these spots? How can I get rid of them? So I went to my GP and they put me on benzoyl peroxide, which is a topical cream which you can buy over the counter. So I would use that, and it did help. But I just found it was lightening my skin, and I didn't like that. Like, I'm a black woman, like, I didn't want patchy skin. I just found that, like, when I was not wearing makeup, my face, the surface of my face here, the place where you focus on in terms of makeup and cosmetics, was becoming lighter than my neck and other areas of my body, and I did not like that. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm not going to use this anymore. But as time progressed, my skin was kind of okay. I wasn't really hyped about it as much as I was. And then I graduated from university, I moved to London, and I was working, and literally, I think like October, November time, my skin kind of started misbehaving. But like, come, I want to say like January, February, my skin like just broke out, like, from nowhere. And this was the beginning of my like fight and battle with acne. And you know, it was just so bad personally for me, and it might be a naive thing to say, but or ignorant thing to say, but I'd never seen acne like this on a black person. I'd never seen acne like this on any of my friends or family. I'd never seen anything like this. And like I said, because I've always had good skin, I did not know how to deal with it. And I'll insert pictures for you to see, so you can see just how bad this was. And this acne, it just got from bad to worse. And I tell you, I tried everything. I changed my diet, I increased my water intake, I stopped eating things like nuts, I stopped eating things like pineapple, because the people around me were just, everyone was a doctor all of a sudden. Everyone was diagnosing me like, you must have an allergy to pineapples, you must have an allergy to nuts, because these things are hyper allergenics, you know. But I even went to the doctors, I did tests, I spent time and energy. I went to the doctors, I did tests to see if I was allergic to these things. The test came back negative, you know. I went to the doctor and they put me on benzoyl peroxide, they put me on oxytrexylin, you know. And this went on for a long period of time. This went on for about a year and a half. So before I could get prescribed or referred to a dermatologist to go on why is the name of the drug Roaccutane or Accutane. Roaccutane is the same brand. Before you can go on Roaccutane, you have to try 3 different prescriptions or 3 different treatments from your GP before you can get referred to a specialist skincare dermatologist to then, you know, look to go on a treatment or a course of drugs which is a lot stronger. And for me, that was about, to get to the point of when I was referred, was about 2.5 years in the making. So yeah, and it was draining emotionally, mentally. Like, you know, there was even times when people would stop me on the street and give me advice in terms of like what I can do to get rid of the acne on my face. And like, obviously part of me is like, oh, that's really nice that people would care enough to stop and say that. But another part of me is like, wow, is this really that bad that I'm attracting that sort of attention, you know? And I just felt like people were looking at me and I was unclean. And like I said, I'm living in London at this point, so when I'm on the tube, everybody's in such close proximity to you, and I'm just feeling like everybody's just looking at me and everybody's just feeling like this girl is unclean, I don't want to be near her. Like, it was just awful, like really awful for a young woman or young lady's self-esteem and everything like that. But I thank God that I grew so much through that, but I'll talk about that potentially in a video. But back to the treatment. So I started Roaccutane, and I was on Roaccutane or Accutane for 9 months. I was on Accutane from, I want to say, either late January 2017 / early Feb, all the way up until October 2017. And initially, when I went to the dermatologist and they put me on Roaccutane, I really was not on taking this drug. And why is that? Because I'd seen so many videos on YouTube, read so many articles about like the side effects of Roaccutane, like one being that you can't have children, like it messes up your fertility, about severe dryness. So some people suffered from like dry eyeballs, you know, and severely dry noses that causes nosebleeds, the whole works. So through reading all of this stuff, I successfully like scared and shook myself into writing Roaccutane off as a potential option or treatment for my issues that I was having with my skin. But having spoken to the consultant, who is absolutely qualified and credible, you know, I was able to kind of like at least allow them prescribe me the Roaccutane. And I tell you that Roaccutane sat in my bedroom drawer for about 3 to 4 weeks before I even took the first tablet. And I started on 20 mg, and it was 1 tablet a day for 4 weeks, and then it got up to 40, and it was 2 tablets a day. You take it at once for, I think I did it at about 8 or so weeks, and then after that we upped it all the way to 60 mg. And I will insert pictures so that you guys can see the change that happened a long time. along the period of time that I was taking this drug. And I can tell you that between, I think even after about a month of taking it on the 20 mg, I was beginning to see change. After upping the dosage to 40 mg, my skin was looking super duper clear. And then when I upped it to 60, I just felt like I was living my best life. I was like, thank you Jesus. Like, I didn't know that I was ever going to get to a place where I had like clear skin like that, considering where I had come from. You know, I will insert before and after pictures so that you can see what I'm talking about, you know. So it was really just amazing. And in terms of my side effects and what I experienced, only side effects that my side effects that I experienced, genuinely I believe, were very minimal. So I experienced dry lips, which, I mean, I was taking this treatment in the height of summer, like, which really and truly probably like the worst time that you can take this treatment, because Roaccutane makes you photosensitive and it makes your skin severely sensitive. So you have to wear sunscreen. I'm talking factor 50 when you're going out, because otherwise you will really get dry patches. And the only side effects that I experienced were, I would say, severely dry lips, in the sense of like putting Vaseline really did not do anything for me. Like, I resorted to so many different things, whether it was shea butter, whether it was olive oil, like I tried so many different things. My lips used to, like, I could literally peel the skin of my lips off. It was that dry. And the only other thing that I got in the heat of summer, because I was trying to look flag girl, like I wasn't really protecting myself as I should have done, was I got really dry patches on my chest. It was just on my left hand side, like all around here, and that was just because I was wearing low cut not really low, but like low cut tops and no sunscreen. So it was just dry skin, and the doctor prescribed me with a topical cream that can be bought off the counter, Centroban I believe it was called. Great stuff. And I just used to put that on it, but other than that, that was it. Just literally just dry skin. I didn't like experience any like internal bleeding. I didn't have any headaches. My eyeballs were not dry. I didn't experience nosebleeds. I didn't experience anything of that nature. And for anybody that's suffering with acne, my advice to you would just to be do the research for yourself. You know, find out what the true side effects are and what the chances of them, you know, are. There are some more severe side effects that people can suffer with, like depression, but all of these things, like any drug that you take, these can potentially be side effects from the drugs. And the only reason as to why particularly you would suffer from these side effects on a drug like Roaccutane will be if you were predisposed to these problems. So if you already had tendencies to suffer from depression, you know, or mental health or things like that, that in that case would, sorry, I can't get my words out, that would be the only case in which you would be likely to experience such issues. So I feel like my encouragement to anybody looking for relief or a treatment regarding their acne is that Roaccutane is definitely for the win, in my opinion, in my experience. And if you don't suffer from mental health issues and your health is generally good, then I definitely would advise you to consider it. And I would definitely advise you to speak to your local GP and see if that's an option for you, and if they can refer you to a dermatologist. I would always also advise you to be pushy, because I mean the waiting list in the UK, I mean we're here on the NHS, is long. Like I had to wait, I think for my first initial appointment I had to wait 9 months to a year, you know, so it's long. But if it's something that you want, I definitely think you should go for it, because I could have got referred before, but because of the 9 month to a year wait, I thought, you know what, there's no point, and in that time I'm gonna be healed, girl. God, Jesus gonna heal me, you know. Like I thought all of these things, like my skin was gonna get cleared. Like I genuinely tried so many different things, and I was hopeful, and unfortunately that wasn't the case for me. But you can still try these natural things whilst you wait. I mean, part of the reason why I didn't take that Roaccutane for like 3 to 4 weeks after I'd been prescribed is because I felt like I was seeing genuine change from my coconut oil treatments that I was doing, and I got informed by my dermatologist that, like, putting coconut oil is really not great for someone who has acne prone skin, or somebody who's suffering from acne, because your pores are already clogged and it's dealing with the bacteria and the oil, that is within your skin, which is what is forcing these bumps on the surface of your skin, which we call acne. So when you're now putting coconut oil all over your face, girl, shea butter all over your face, and sleeping with it on, it's just making it worse. And for me, I couldn't get my head around it, because I'm thinking, but this is the only thing that has helped me. And everything that I've tried, this is the only thing that has helped me. But scientifically speaking, this is not a good way to treat your skin. And even now that my skin is healed and that it's cleared after Roaccutane, I'm continuing to look for products which are beneficial or befitting for my skin. So before, I was using Centroban on my skin because it was the height of the summer and I was still on Roaccutane, and it really gave me that relief in terms of dryness. But now that I'm not on that drug, it's not good for my skin because it's too thick and it can plug my pores. So block my pores. So you really need to figure out what's best for you and really just fit it into your whole lifestyle. Everybody's skin is different, so you need to try what works for you. And I really would encourage you to just try and don't give up. Go to your GP, see what your options are, and then proceed from there. But for me, Roaccutane was a positive experience, and I mean, it's only because of YouTube that you're going to be able to see this video, but really do take what people say with a pinch of salt. Assess yourself and assess your situation, and then assess what they're saying. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will insert more pictures in terms of my before and after. I mean, nobody's skin is perfect. Like here I have I've got like a spot there today, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to film a video. But really and truly, like, you will never not have spots or acne, but you can, you'll never not break out. You're never not going to get like 1 or 2 spots. It's not the end of the world. But in terms of acne, it can be controlled and you can get rid of it. Like, I never thought that I was going to see my skin smooth like this ever. I'm so grateful to God, and I just want to encourage other people to not give up. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see what I am now doing to keep my skin clear and moisturized, please do also give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions at all, please do comment below in the comment section. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.